Good morning. My name is Shandor Gauthier, and I'm a partner with Crowe Soberman LLP, the auditors of the college. I've been asked to provide an overview of the summary financial statements for the year ended December 31st, 2022. The summary financial statements are part of the 2022 annual report and include the report of independent auditors on the summary financial statements, the summary statement of financial position as at December 31st, 2022, the summary statement of changes in net assets, and the summary statement of operations and related notes for the year ended December 31st, 2022. Comparative figures for the 2021 fiscal year are also included. The report of independent auditors on the summary financial statements describes the responsibilities of the college's management and the responsibilities of the auditors in relation to the summary financial statements presented to you. The beginning of our audit report contains an unqualified opinion wherein we state, in our opinion, the accompanying summary financial statements are a fair summary of the audited financial statements on the basis described in Note 2. The summary statement of financial position lists out the college's assets and liabilities as at December 31st, 2022. Total assets at that point in time of approximately $15 million consisted of cash of $4.8 million, investments of $9.1 million, equipment, leasehold improvements, and computer software of $755,000, and prepaid expenses and sundry receivables of $186,000. The investments are split out between long-term and short-term. Short-term investments include equities, foreign securities, mutual funds, guaranteed investment certificates, and bonds maturing in 2023. Long-term investments consist of bonds maturing between 2024 and 2027. Investments are managed and maturities are staggered to ensure the funds will be available when needed. Prepaid expenses and sundry receivables consist of advance payments for rent and database maintenance expenses. Total liabilities at December 31st, 2022 were approximately $7.8 million. This consisted of $6.1 million of deferred revenue and $1.7 million of accounts payable and accrued liabilities. Deferred revenue represents membership and application fees that were collected in 2022 for the 2023 membership year. This large balance is expected as membership fees for the 2023 membership calendar year were due and payable by December 31st, 2022. Accounts payable and accrued liabilities relate to services rendered or products received in calendar 2022, but which were not paid for until 2023, and also $1.5 million in estimated costs to investigate and resolve complaints and disciplinary matters. Net assets at December 31st, 2022 were approximately $7.2 million and were equal to total assets minus total liabilities. This consisted of the amount invested in equipment, leasehold improvements, and computer software for $755,000, and unrestricted net assets, or surplus, of $6.4 million. This surplus is the amount available to the college to use in the future to cover annual operating expenses, replace equipment, leasehold improvements, and computer software, and to fund projects to fulfill its mandates as a regulatory college. It's also important for the college to have sufficient funds set aside to finance disciplinary hearings as they arise. The details of the two funds can be seen in the summary statement of changes in net assets. The summary statement of operations lists out the revenues and expenses for the 2022 calendar year. Expenses exceeded revenues by approximately $356,000. A deficit was anticipated based on the college's 2022 budget. However, the actual deficit figure for 2022 was lower than expected due to a larger number of new memberships and renewals. Council reviews the accumulated surplus balance each year. If they think it is appropriate to reduce the accumulated surplus, they will budget for a deficit by adjusting membership fee rates and/or adjusting timing of projects and related expenditures. Membership fee rates for 2022 were kept at the same rates as 2021. Expenses for 2022 were comparable to 2021 except for salaries and benefits and legal. Salaries and benefits is the largest expense and accounted for approximately 52% of total expenditures. The year-over-year increase was approximately $498,000 and related to staffing changes and an increase in salaries to recognize rising inflation costs. Legal increased $762,000 compared to 2021 as a result of an increase in the number of complex cases as well as an increase in the number of cases overall. Overall, the individual expenses amounts may vary year over year due to timing of projects, and so comparing expenses to the prior year is not always relevant. My commentary on the summary financial statements was at a very high level, and we will not go into further details of individual line items. However, we would be happy to answer any questions you may have on the statements during the question period. Thank you.